Hello. I didn't want to make this a long video. Unfortunately, it isn't really something that I wanted to talk about. I came to that conclusion, I think, after I put up my story about coming out of the domestic relationship, the abusive relationship. I said to myself I didn't want to talk about it again. My next video was supposed to be a video on the update of mental health. And then as soon as I even made that suggestion, I regretted it because I thought, oh, I've got to get deep. So realistically, this is that video. And I'm not making it very long, and it's lucky that I'm doing it now because I feel like crap. I was supposed to do my makeup. I was supposed to do my hair. I was supposed to get dressed. I was supposed to be all I was supposed to be all high in vibe, basically. I was supposed to be in good energy, and I'm not. It's a long road to feeling 100%. I've felt 100% for like the past 2 weeks. Even with everything going on in the world right now, I felt amazing. I felt really pure and I felt really free. But I felt a calm down. I felt like it's been happening very slightly. And I know that I'm getting better in dealing with my emotions because sometimes I'll know the calm down's coming and I'll just act on it straight away, start getting vexed for no reason, crying for no reason. Like today, I've been downstairs with my family, with my mum and my kids. But I felt it and I was like, nah, I need a break. I need to come lie down for a little bit. It's hard to say it, but I feel like if more women came out and spoke about this, I probably wouldn't feel so bad now. And that's not a dig, but I've never known anyone to go through it. And even if they have, they've never spoken about it. They've just wanted to forget about it. They've never thought that they could help somebody else, so they just don't speak about it. And that's why I do what I do now, because honestly, I don't want to see it again. Whether I'm close to the people or not, I don't want to see it again. Especially if there's kids involved, I don't want to see it again. What does it for me right now, and what is getting to me, is the flashbacks. And I feel bad for feeling good. As stupid as it sounds, I feel bad for feeling good. Knowing that my kids cannot have any contact with their dad, that makes me feel terrible. Considering why, it shouldn't make me feel terrible at all. I should be jumping for joy. But I'll get into why it affects me so much. When you've been mentally abused, emotionally abused for so long, and you're made to feel that feeling bad is not okay and feeling good is not okay. You have to be in the middle and feel whatever they're feeling. If they're feeling bad, you have to be down with them. If they're feeling good, you have to be up with them. From the very beginning, he gave me an insight into his life of abuse. He was abused, his mum was abused. He claims his sister was abused. As a mother, for me, my job at that point was to protect him, to love him, to look after him, to honour him, to appreciate him, to make him feel good about himself. And I did my best to do all of them things, regardless of the outbursts that he would have, regardless of the hurt that he felt sometimes, regardless of the disrespect and the cheating and the abuse. I still tried my best to do that. And even if I did receive the same energy back, it would only last a little bit. And then something negative would happen, like I'd get lied to, or he'd do something behind my back and not tell me, or he'd just be doing things that he shouldn't be doing anyway, or not being there for the kids when I need him to be there with the kids. Like if they're really poorly and I can't deal with it by myself, he was supposed to have been there and he was too busy going out with his friends. Like little things like that. We'd be on a really good road and then it would dip because he'd do something that a father shouldn't do, right? And especially when you see so much potential in the person to be the person they dream of being, and you know they could try just that little bit harder, knowing that you're putting your all into it. I felt that I was cool. I thought I was better. You know, getting to know myself, loving myself, enjoying my vibes, enjoying my own energy, enjoying my own company. But this only happened in January. For those who have me on Snapchat or have me on Insta, Facebook, you know that I post my daughter a lot. And that's because if I didn't act the way I had acted that day, she probably wouldn't be here. Every tough that comes through, every milestone she surpasses, every smile, I treasure it, because if I didn't act right that day, and if I didn't just let him get his anger out and his frustration out on me, she was only a few centimetres away from me when her dad was stamping on my head. By that time, she'd already been punched. She was a few centimetres away from me, lying on the floor. If I had started trying to fight back, or if there was wrong loose footing, I don't know the effect of if a baby girl gets her head stamped on, but I don't think it would be a good one, especially with the force. I don't think the outcome would have been very good. So everything she does, I treasure it. Everything she does, I treasure it. And that's probably something that people don't know, that I don't really share often, but I post her a lot. I post her more than I post my other two, because that day she was a victim too. She didn't have to be, but I could only sit and, think about maybe if I'd left sooner, she would have never had to experience that pain. But then I also sit there and think, if I had stayed, worse could have happened probably now. Do you know what I mean? I never wanted to be one of these people to be on YouTube and speak about these kind of things, but this would have been a video for my blog because it's a bit more personal and a bit deeper, but this is what I wanted to do, so I'm doing it. I feel like this is something that my channel will probably be about, where it's just like me being all happy, and then next thing you know, you got a video like this with me looking like a man, crying and shit. You do your best by people, and some people just don't know how to give it back. And I know that he can run around screaming how he loves his kids and this and that and this and that and this and that, but boy, that day proved so much different. That even in a time of seeing red, he couldn't see pink, he couldn't see his baby girl, or blue, because my 1-year-old was stood there watching. And now if you saw how protective my 1-year-old is of my daughter, anyone would think it's cute. No, it's because he's seen what she's already been through at such a young age. My job now is to prevent my son from doing the same to another woman. Both of my sons, for that matter. To prevent them from doing that to another woman. And to give my daughter enough strength to just love herself more than she loves anything. To love God first. And then respect herself enough to not allow herself to be put in a position like her mum was. So today's been a struggle, but I know I'll feel better tomorrow. These feelings that I get ever so often have been very rare lately, actually. I've learnt to catch it before it blows out of proportion. So, I was downstairs, I was chilling, and I was like, I need a break. I need to just go upstairs and feel for a little bit. Because when you're dealing with kids day in and day out, you kind of have to push your own feelings and needs to the back of your head and just deal with your babies. But I had to just have probably an hour or two to just feel a little bit. And then I can go back downstairs and they'd never know. They'd never know that mummy was up here in her feelings, making videos and talking to her phone, talking to people on YouTube. I wanted it to be a fun video. I'm very good at sugarcoating things, you don't understand. I'm very good at it. I've had to learn to do it for so long. In the 2 years that I was in the relationship, and when it got to a point of him stopping me from talking to my mum about things and stopping me from talking to my family about the bad things that happen, I had to learn to put on a brave face for a really long time. So that skill is something that I've picked up, to just sugarcoat and act like everything's okay when it's not. If more women spoke up about the effects of domestic abuse, if there was more resources out there available, more for the aftermath, not for when you're going through it, because a lot of people don't talk about the aftermath. Now that I've done it, where I can sit here and say, yeah, I'm free, I'm happy, I'm out of the situation, the feelings you get after, wow. The emotions you get after, wow. The guilt you feel after, wow. And there's nothing to be guilty about. And that's something that my mum, myself, that's something that I remind myself of every day. There's nothing to be guilty about. Especially knowing that my baby girl wouldn't be here if I didn't move correct that day and just let her dad do what he wanted to do. I have nothing to feel guilty about. Nothing. There was no way I was going to fit to the standards of most of the women in his family who just take abuse like it's normal. My family, the women in my family, we don't run by that shit. We do not run by that shit. I tell you that now. We do not run by that. I haven't seen my mum have an argument with a man, because as soon as a man even tried to raise his voice to her, he was out. So I've never witnessed it. I've never witnessed as far as that. So to have it and to go through it without even witnessing it first, it's crazy. I feel like I needed to share it because, like I say, it's not really shared very often. And I've been feeling like this for the past week. So anyone that I've spoken to, sorry. But I've had to be speaking to you through a veil because I hate sharing my feelings. My only joy right now is my children. My medicine is my children, because they don't know to sit me down and talk to me and ask me if I'm okay. Apart from a 7-year-old, but again, I don't really show my emotions in front of the kids. Because sometimes when I can't carry myself, I just remember what I carried. The least I can do is carry on carrying them. And that's all I can do. That's my job as mummy. Is to carry them even when I feel like I'm falling myself. I don't know about you, but I feel better now. I feel alright. Because I know that hopefully this video will help somebody else to just come to terms with the fact that you are going to feel, and it is okay to feel. It's not a bad thing to feel good, and it is normal to feel bad sometimes. Like, it's normal to feel upset, it's normal to feel emotions. We're all human, we've all got them. But just let yourself feel. Don't bottle it up. Don't push it to one side. Do not sweep it under the carpet. Don't do that. Let yourself feel. You know, start off with giving yourself a day, even if it means just giving yourself a day, and then lower it to giving yourself a couple hours, and then an hour, and then 10 minutes, and then eventually you're going to get to a point where you're going to feel something coming, and you're going to be like, whoa, hold on a second. Where are you going? Bad mood, I rebuke you. Where are you going? And then you're back to normal again. I'm at the point of giving myself 2 hours to feel. And then knowing that when that 2 hours is coming up, I let myself feel, and then I start remembering the things that I'm grateful for. I just replace all of them intrusive thoughts with the positive. And then I look at my babies and I'm good to go. But I just needed to share that today. So I don't know what my next video is going to be about. I just needed to keep this short and sweet. There's no script to this. There's no nothing. It's raw, freestyle, straight off the bat. But hopefully my next video will be a bit more positive and a bit more me. Might be a get ready with me. I don't know. I'm crap at makeup, so we'll see. Yeah, that's that. But I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. God bless you all. Stay safe. And I will see you in the next video.